Do you think it's because people have that narrative of like Korea is so safe?
I think it is really safe. I still think I know people that have been like assaulted, and like I've had issues with some situations.
Yeah.
And it is one of those things where it's usually in clubs, and it's usually you get, like, I've been drugged in Korea. I was drugged in Itaewon twice.
In a club, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And like both times I was really lucky. Well, the third time I wasn't, but the 2 times I was with people, and like it was so scary because like I had like one shot from the bar.
Yeah.
Like the bar said that like someone had bought us all drinks.
Oh,
So
God.
all the group of us, the girls, we were all coworkers. We all took the drink, and 3 of us just like hit the floor. We couldn't even stand up.
Wait, and this is from the
Bar.
So did the bartender put
We don't
something?
know. We don't know, right? So like I remember taking the shot, and then I remember being on the table and I couldn't lift my head up. So the coworkers, because it was the whole hog one that went drinking, all the guys, and like they all brought us all home, but we don't know. But it was we were drugged, 3 of us, yeah. Yeah. And then the other time was like I was conscious, but I knew I was like, because I had like one drink.
Yeah.
And it was both from the bar, and both Itaewon.
Listen, I have heard, if you're a drug dealer in Itaewon, please don't come for me. Okay, I'm just saying, these are rumors, allegedly. Okay, I have heard that people do have like drug rings in Itaewon where they do go after foreign women, and they'll like pop something in your drink, and then they will do like the whole like take you to a motel and record you and then sell your tapes like that. Allegedly.
I think it's pretty accurate. Yeah, like I think it's pretty accurate. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I think so though. Like I think it is those situations, because like when I went to like something happened to me, and like I went, my friend was like, no, we need to go place, like, you know, I had to go to like the hotel or hospital and stuff.
Yeah.
And they were just like, what are we gonna do? Like, what are we gonna go after him? Like, you're a foreigner. And I was like, she was shocked. She was like, like I was assaulted. They were like, well, she's on like a travel visa, like she's not even really here. What does it matter if like she gets like essayed?
Like
they told her that. Her face was like, what the? And
you're
they
like,
don't
you're
care.
the police.
So like now, and then we learned, because like the one guy was really nice.
Yeah.
I was pretty not traumatized. I think I was like disassociating, but like at the moment he was just like, they go after foreigners. Like, your friend should have been careful. He's like, because there's no penalty.
There isn't.
If they get essayed, like there's nothing going against them.
Because like I'm in like certain women groups in Korea, and constantly there are people talking about I got sexually assaulted.
They don't care. They don't care if you're a foreigner.
And then the end of the story, they're like, the police didn't care.
No, they don't care.
And I'm just like,
the hospital cared. The hospital was amazing. I have to say, like the female hospital I went to in Hyundai was, the doctors and nurses were so charismatic and really amazing. Yeah, I can say like they actually made me feel a lot better about the situation. But like the police were such assholes. Like I was just like, they're like, she's foreigner, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's actually crazy.
Like,
I always hear that whole narrative about like Korea's safe, but as a woman who
as
is
a foreign woman, it's not as safe as for Korean
and
women.
if you live alone to make it worse, it's not that safe.
Yeah, you get followed home. Like, I know a lot of people that have been followed home. I was followed home like back a couple of years ago. Yeah. It's like, it's not uncommon, but I look kind of scary sometimes. Like I just give them death glares and then they leave me alone.
Girl, I've literally had to run from a stalker twice. Like physically, like I was living in Shilin at this time, but I was booking it.
That's so fucking scary, man.
And I was just like, yes, Korea is safe, but let's not ignore the fact that a lot of foreign women have gone through so much. I
don't even know like a foreign woman that hasn't experienced. Like when we talk about it, because you know, you're girls, you talk about shit. Yeah. They're always like, oh yeah, this happened to me, this happened to me. And I'm like,
it's very common.
Damn, that's so fucked up, man.
It's very common. And I don't know if you watched the episode with Sean. When Sean sat here, we were talking about how clubbing in Korea is very unsafe, right?
So unsafe.
And he was like, talk about it. And I really wanted to go in on it, but I was also like, I don't want to be the first one to talk about it, but
I'll talk about
it because you're a girl and you can definitely back this up. I think I do think like clubbing in Korea is probably one of the most unsafe places for foreign women to go.
Yes, I think for sure. Like now that I'm older and when I go, I'm very like vigilant and careful, and I watch things. Like I'm very cautious, and like usually the few times I've gone with people that have like bottle service. So I open the bottle myself and stuff. So it's like, I feel a lot safer, but I don't take anything from the bar. I always drink before I go to the club. I never drink at the clubs anymore because I've been drugged. Like, it's just like, it is crazy.
Now,
and you see women and them passing out, and you're trying to, like, there's times I've tried to help people and it's like, I can't even get their phone open. Or like one girl, I was able to call like I was looking for her contacts in her cacao. Like she was, and this guy kept trying to take her. Like he kept trying to like, and I'm like, do you know her? And he's like, yes. And I was like, do you know him? She couldn't answer me. So I was like, she's not going with you. If she can't tell me, I'm not, no, sir. No. Yeah. So I opened her cacao, and like the most recent message, I like messaged them, and they were all together, but they had lost her.
Oh, okay.
Like they had like split up because she had gone with him, and then they came and got her, and then they like took a cab. I don't know, but like, yeah, like I was like, she couldn't even open her eyes. She could not say a word, and I was like, I'm not. In Canada, it's so crazy. Like we stop it all the time, but I've seen so many times in Korea,
nobody stops it.
Nobody stops it. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
They'll just like look at her and just be like, "Well, sucks to be you," and just
and I'm like, what? Yeah, I think that's like really weirds me out about Korea. Is like they don't ever want to help people, which I think is I don't know.
Which I understand the not helping part because like living here, I've understood they don't help because they don't want to get sued. There was like this story back in the day. This is not verbatim. I don't remember the article super well, but there was this lady who was getting assaulted and a man helped her. And then he like basically the assailant left, right? Like chased them away. But the girl ended up suing the person who helped her because she couldn't find the guy who assaulted her. So she was like, I'm gonna sue you. So I feel like that's why a lot of men are not willing to help because they don't want to get sued. But I mean, I don't think it's a good enough reason. Because
I think because one situation doesn't mean you should like blacklist everything. Like, and I think like you should stand by your morals. Like morally, if I see something wrong, I'm gonna stop it. And if I get sued, cool. If I get deported, whatever. Because like at the end of the day, I did what was right. That's my morals though.
And it would sit on my conscience like
exactly.
Really,
like it would be like I didn't help that girl. Yeah, like, I feel like shit.
And it would be like, what happened to that girl that I didn't help?
Yeah.
You know?
It would eat me up.
Literally.
Maybe because I've been in those situations though and people have helped me or people haven't helped me and I wish someone would. So it's like I think I always have that guilt of like I don't want that to be me again and I don't want that person to experience that thing.
I wish a Korean person could explain that, like why they're just so not open to helping.
Yeah, because even like I was on the subway last year and this old man was literally drunk as he was like maybe 40-ish, but he was like following this like 17-year-old. Like she was so young. And so I got up at one point and I kind of was like, and then this when I was weird. So when I got up and I kind of like put my hand on the subway between them because she was running. She was so scared. Yeah. And I kind of like was like, no, you don't go past this subway. Yeah. And then a guy stood up. And I think he realized that like I couldn't
for me to come help.
Yeah, because like I couldn't speak Korean, so I was just like, "Hey, stop!" to this agency, and he probably was like, he swore like I could tell he's swearing at me and shit, but I was like, I'm not gonna, because like she was a kid and I could see all these like I was so shocked because they're like definitely moms and all these people like women and they're just watching this child be assaulted, and I was like, what the actual fuck? It blew my mind. I was like, I don't even speak the language, but I'm going to step in because this scares me.
I wish that narrative would change because a lot of foreigners who are foreign women. This also happens to Korean women, by the way. I'm just saying foreign women because we're
There was a Korean
girl,
woman,
but because we're foreign, I can't speak for the Korean women. But I feel like women who come from other countries and they're coming into Korea, it needs to be told that you need to be careful when you're going to clubs. This whole like Korean men are innocent.
They're not.
Men are men everywhere. Okay,
exactly.
They're crazy men and then they're good men. That's also in Korea. No country has just good men.